beer on the bar, and
دبر
you know, we're there, we're going to a restaurant. You guys, you walk around a little bit, you've seen that. Not much of a place to live, right? Usually, what you see around is restaurants and bars, right? But it started with as a neighborhood. Nachlachiva was the first neighborhood that was built attached to Jaffa Road, which is right there. You guys look at the map that I sent you, you can see that the neighborhood was not so big, actually rather small comparing to the other neighborhoods. And the interesting thing is that it was built like a long neighborhood on a small plot, rather small plot, which was in between Jaffa Road and Romila Cemetery. So this is a map from the British Mandate period showing you the neighborhood. This is it. Alright, this little sandal here. The northern side was Jaffa Road, like today, and bottom over here is where today is a little square attached to the cemetery. Therefore, there was a part, the northern part was much better than the southern part. They were 7 people. We're going to see them who they were soon. I'm just saying, what do you do if you have not a big plot where there is definitely a better spot than the others? Well, there's not much to do. You probably know that the way to separate, we said to give away, sorry, to ensure we don't lock you. A few times, but still again. So, guys, I want to remind you what happened in Tel Aviv, for example. Remember, they have this lottery, right? I mean, everyone paid the same amount of money for his lot, but then it would go by a lottery. If you're lucky, you'll have a nice view of the sea. If not, back. All right, same here. That's what it was supposed to be. But I want to remind you that nobody wanted to leave the old city. Everybody was so afraid. Remember, we took all the robbers and the animals and the lack of money. So when this Shiv'ah, these 7, decided to go out, they decided to split it in a different way. How did they do it? I'll tell you in a minute. I just want to say who were these Shiv'ah. So let me show you the first page on their book of incomes and outcomes, their money. It's of course in Hebrew translated because I think it's really cool to see the original, which of course was about this size. I found it in the archive and I just enlarged it for you to see. So it starts with the words B'Shem Adonai Elokeinu Mikvot. This is a quote from the Bible, wanting to tell you that they are religious people. Okay, now look at this. Hapinkas Alaz, or this pamphlet, or this notebook, Yavo Bo Cheshbonot Achnosot Ve'otzot. This is where we're going to write our incomes and outcomes of our company that is named Bonei Habatim, those who build the buildings. Now, the coolest part of this entire page is these words, Chutza Le'ir, outside the city. Now, we're now in downtown Jerusalem. Isn't it cool? I mean, 1869, this was Chutza Le'ir, this was outside the walls. Look how things changed. In their little land that is now going to be called Nachlat Shiva. And why Nachlat Shiva? Why the inherited land of the 7? Because there are 7 people who got together in this one company in order to build 7 buildings, 7 houses. This was the plan, right? And who are they? Ele Shmot HaAnashim. Now take a look at that. Please read this out. I'll kill you. Michal. Rabbi Michal HaKohen. Thank you. You wanted to say Michal. You just did eat lunch. So yes, Michal HaKohen. Second name is Rabbi Chaim Halevi. Not familiar. We don't know who these people are, but take a look at the third name. Rabbi Danish Salant. Rabbi Salant. That's a familiar name in Jerusalem. He was the firstborn son of the Salant Rebbe, who was the chief rabbi of Jerusalem. Rabbi. So I want you guys to understand who are the people who built this neighborhood, and not just these poor Moroccan people or the poor people that were convinced by Montefiore to leave the old city, but high class people from the Jewish community. All right, next, Rabbi Leib Horvitz, don't know who that is, but Rabbi Yoel Moshe Baharam. You might know him by the name, Rabbi Yoel Moshe Salomon. And I'm saying every Israeli would know him because there is a song that was written about him. as one of the founders of Petach Tikva, right? So, Petach Tikva, not Jerusalem. Well, it started here with Jerusalem. Rabbi Yosef Rivlin, I'm sure you know the name Rivlin because our previous president was Van Rivlin. I want to tell you that all the Rivlins are relatives, all of them. So we're talking about one of his forefathers, right? Yosef Rivlin and Yehoshua Yelin. Are you familiar with the name Yelin?
Yes.
David Yelin, Telma Yelin, Eliezer Yelin, a very, very famous high aristocrat, high class Jewish family in Jerusalem. So guys, we're talking about the leaders of the Jewish population in Jerusalem, right? It was built on Yom Shlishi, Tuesday, Iyar the second, and if you take these letters of Melachat Yitzhak, you make gematria out of it, which means every letter in Hebrew has a numeral value. So if you take all the words Melachat Yitzhak, you get the year 1869. Right? So, I have a little question. If the son of the chief rabbi is one of this group of people, wouldn't it be appropriate to put him first, right? So how come they put these unknown people, Michael, Hakohen, and Rebbe Chaim already? Why are they first? It doesn't go by name, right? It's not about the initials. It's very simple. Exactly. First is Cohen, right? Second is Levi. So it's, you know, by the Israelis always go by who you are first, the Kohen, the priest, and then Halevi, only then Israel, all right? So he would be the first from who's not Kohen or Levi. So, isn't it amazing? We're now seeing a third neighborhood which is completely different than what we saw before. Because I want to remind you, we started with the neighborhood that was made, established by a donor from outside.